Hello my friends and happy new year, 新年快乐, happy 2023. This vlog is just gonna be a life update. I have been going through it these past 2 months and wanted to fill you guys in on what has been going on. I mean, I feel like I'm in a big fog. There have been such massive, monumental, life-changing things that have been happening here in China that it is very hard for me to wrap my brain around everything, to process everything. So let's start at the beginning of November, when things in Beijing were fine. We didn't have that many COVID cases. Of course, there was still 48-hour COVID testing. There were no lockdowns at the time in Beijing, yet other cities in China were in lockdown. I could go out to dinner. I was working at school in person. I could go to the park. You know, all of the normal things that I'd been doing for the past few months. I know you hear it. Sounds like gunshots, but it's not. Oh my God, it's a whole club. Whoa. Woo! I wonder if they set up their own caution tape. Woo! Look at that. Of course, I come over and they stop whipping it good and whipping it hard. Oh my goodness. So during my subway commute, there were some developments in the foreigners WeChat group of my community. And it looks like it is not just my building that has COVID cases. Maybe it's 2 buildings in my community. Thus, the whole community is officially on lockdown. And they have started testing everyone in the community. I am just on a bike, about to ride past the front gate of my community to see what it's looking like, to catch the vibe, to see the scene, and to see how serious or not serious or whatever things are. But as I'm rolling up, I can see police lights. Uh-oh. Here I am outside the gates of my community. We've got security dressed up in their hazmat gear. We got some sort of registration or testing happening. Just arriving to the supermarket. Gonna pick up a few groceries before I get locked in. I decided to come to the international grocery store because yesterday I went to the local supermarket without knowing I was going to be in lockdown. I decided to come here so I can get all of my favorite snacky snacks that will remind me of home, because I could be in lockdown during Thanksgiving, y'all. Today is the 18th and Thanksgiving is the 24th, this Thursday. And if my lockdown is 7 days, yeah, I'm not going to be having a lovely Thanksgiving outing like I was expecting. Okay, just made it back to my community and I am in line to get my COVID test. The line is very short. I learned from the group chat that no one knows how long we will be in lockdown. We can go outside. There was loads of people outside walking their dogs, getting COVID tested. We just cannot leave our community. There was a building that I walked past that did have loads of hazmat suits spraying bleach outside, and it was gated up. So looks like that's where the problems are. And those people who live in that building will not be able to leave their building maybe for 5 to 7 to 14 to don't know how many days. But for Bye-bye. So a COVID worker just knocked on my door and asked if I had taken the test. I showed him the little piece of paper that I got after taking my COVID test and told him, Swanla, I already took my test. And he was like, okay, bye-bye. And now I can hear him going door to door, knocking on everyone's door. Good morning. It is day 2 of my lockdown, and last night I went for a walk and now I woke up and I'm very hungry, so I am going to make some noodles. Good morning. morning. It is Wednesday at 7:33. I'm about to log on to Tencent meeting. That is where I have my online teaching. We have online class for my school. My schedule is very busy today and I already woke up this morning tired. This week we are learning from home. So for today's class, please remember, keep your camera on the whole class. 赵一宁. Let's hear from Han Changshu. Let's hear from 张思思. Li Tianao. Are you there? How about Wang Zhenyu? It is day 5 of lockdown, and guess what? It has been lifted! Woo! So lockdown is officially over in my community, and that is because all of the tests that everyone did for 2 days came back negative, so we are free. But it's not like I can really go anywhere because school is still online and restaurants and entertainment venues are still closed. Restaurants can only do takeout service. The bars are closed. The movie theaters are closed. The hair salons are closed. I think grocery stores are open, but really that's about it. There's no place to go, so might as well stay at home. But I don't know. I'm not in lockdown, even though it still feels like a lockdown. Woke up this morning feeling very stressed out and just a bit overwhelmed and kind of feeling a bit hopeless, which is a feeling that I have a lot living in China during these times, especially during the holiday season. I just get very homesick, as most expats do. And given the current situation in China, you know, it just doesn't make things better or easier. And I feel like I've just wasted a lot of time being hopeful. And that has just turned into feeling hopeless, which is not a good feeling to have. So I need to do something to get me out of my funk, and that will be yoga and probably go to the grocery store because those are really the only 2 coping mechanisms I have right now. One thing that set me off was an Instagram DM of someone telling me that I'm always in such a great mood and I have such a positive attitude about everything. And I just felt like, nope. That's not true at all. I have spent so much of my life in China in a quarantine or a hard lockdown or a soft lockdown or teaching from home. I have had quite a lot of days where I just need to sit in my emotions and be sad. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, I don't know the lyrics to the song. Yeah. It's December 1st! Happy last month of the year! Yay! I guess. Yeah, woke up this morning like, okay, we got 31 more days in this bitch of 2022. 2023 is among us, and I'm over here in my mind just thinking about, in 2023, am I gonna live in China? I don't know. Literally every single day, my mind changes. Every single day, the COVID situation changes. Every single day, my friends and I are like, so what we gonna do? How we feeling? What's the vibe? And every single day, I'm just like, I don't know. I just can't. I just can't. But I need to get out of this mindset and be like, Aleese girl, you just can't. My apartment is a mess. A mess. I really need to clean. So tonight I am meant to have a virtual happy hour with my friends John and Lauren. So I think I'm going to change my shirt, put on something a little bit more festive, pour myself a glass of wine and set up my tripod and begin the hour of the happiness.
Hey!
Hello! Hi, my friends!
Hello! How are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Good. We're also fine, but also not fine. That's what we're just kind of talking about.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Hold on, I'm vlogging, so you guys say hello to the vlog camera.
Hello.
The gang's all here, vlogging about this lockdown, but don't call it a lockdown, but it's a lockdown. And then, all of a sudden, everyone started getting COVID again. Like, the cases skyrocketed because COVID tests were still needed to get into anywhere. There was like a 2-week period where a lot of businesses were asking for a 24-hour COVID test. And so that meant an increase of people waiting in line to get COVID tests, which meant that the people who had COVID, who were in the COVID line, were giving COVID to everyone in the line. And that's when the city of Beijing started closing a whole bunch of COVID testing facilities. No one could find testing facilities, and lots of people in the group chats were going crazy. And then December hit, and they announced that you no longer need a 48-hour COVID test for anything, that domestic travel in China was back on, that airports, train stations, restaurants, nor did you need to scan the health code for grocery stores and like other businesses. But you still needed a 48-hour COVID test for dine-in restaurants and like movie theaters. And then everyone was very confused. I think that lasted for like 8 days, and then it was all gone in the blink of an eye. And when I tell you those first 72 hours of bye-bye zero COVID, it was a beautiful, historic moment that I will never, ever forget. It was the first Friday since all of the regulations were dropped. Well, it's the first Friday since China has dropped all of these restrictions, and I'm going out to celebrate. I'm still very hesitant, but I also don't give a fuck because I am struggling to feel the feels that I should be feeling. And me, Lauren, and our friend John from Tianjin, like, we forced John to come to Beijing. We were like, you need to get your ass here! And he got on the train and he came here and we all went to dinner. And then our other friends, Fabio and Mateus, came and we got super drunk. And then the next day we woke up very hungover. We went to the hot springs, and the next day we all got COVID. And here I am, nearly 3 weeks COVID free, and I still have this damn cough. I don't think it's ever go away. I think this is just my life now. It was just such a mind to actually get COVID, because in case you forgot, COVID started in China in 2020 and I was here and terrified. You know, 3 years of the zero COVID policy, borders being shut, and I went from not knowing a single person having COVID in China to me and all of my friends. Within 48 hours of going out, all of us had COVID. And then within that week, every single person I knew in this country got COVID. Everyone I knew. And then I also needed medicine, which has been a massive problem for, I think, like all of December, the whole month. A massive medicine shortage in China.
Fever medicine, antigen test kits, they're incredibly hard to get and out of stock here in the capital. The only way to get antigen tests in Beijing right now are through these unofficial sellers on social media.
It took 9 days for me to test negative. For the first time ever in my life, I bought the self-testing antigen tests, which again feels so strange. All of that said, it brings me to where we are now. January 3rd, 2023. Happy New Year. 新年快乐. Last year was difficult, hard, stressful, crazy, beautiful, and fun. Last year, 2022, really brought me the closest I have ever been to my friends here in China. John, Jenna, Jessica, and Lauren. I mean, I think you guys all know that you have a huge part of my heart. I mean, this was a really mentally challenging year for all of us. And RuPaul always says that as gay people, you get to choose your family. And I'm gonna revise that by saying as an expat, you get to choose your expat family, and they are part of my expat family. And there is no way that I would have, one, stayed in this country, had a good time in this country, maintained my sanity in this country. So I am beyond grateful to have them all in my life. I love you, friends. And also my YouTube fam, all of my subscribers, Instagram followers, and friends and audience who love and support my channel. You guys have been a massive part of 2022. I mean, this was the year that my channel grew like crazy. This was the year where I started taking YouTube seriously and trying to be more consistent. And I thank you all so much for your incredible comments. There have been a lot of bad days in 2022, and one of the things that helped to change my mindset and send me off feeling so much better about myself and my life was you guys. The comments you write on my videos, DMs saying that I inspire you and you love watching my wholesome, fun content, and thanks for being authentically me and sharing the truth about life in China. I just, really means the world to me. So thank you guys so much. A big virtual hug from me to you. China will open its borders in 5 days. The date that I've been waiting for. And my brain is like, does not compute. But also, it's real. Be happy, celebrate. Yes. But also, they can close at any minute. Be cautious. Keep your guard up. You don't know what's gonna happen. But here I am. I survived China and COVID. I mean, guys, drop some clapping hands emojis in the comments for me. Show me some love, because I have never in my life had to deal with so much just things that I can't control or do anything about, and emotional, mental turmoil. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Wishing nothing but more money, more fun, more adventures, more love, more peace. Know what it is. Aleese Lightyear, over and out.